All right, Peter, I'm glad you're here. How are you
Uh,
doing?
Thanks for the flexibility and your time. It's a pleasure to meet you and having some podcast and have some chit chat with you and the audition as well.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I'm really glad that we also got together, and thank you also for your time. So, for people who don't know you, Peter is the owner of a creative agency who is also helping us, me and my partner Rodrigo, with a lot of projects. Two specifically, one is an NFT project, and the other is just starting now, and we are going to with the aim of helping a foundation from Ghana to actually create an infrastructure of value by selling shea butter here in the states of Benelux and then bringing the profits back to Ghana so we can build an infrastructure for the women involved, meaning housing, food, medicine. And you, Peter, and your team is designing the website for that, the web shop. So we are involved also in a couple other projects, and we are good friends. We've been knowing each other, I think, for 2 years, 3 years at least, right? I think.
At least I clearly remember the moment when it was February. It was freezing cold outside there, and you just wearing a tent top,
Yeah,
and
big
sitting
hop.
on the sofa. Yeah, and I was just entered the room, and okay, there's so many guys around here, and you told me that that's not so freezing. You just have to prepare yourself for this cold. And it was like, oh, this guy has something that's unexceptional.
Yeah, I actually also remember our mutual friend Shishan, right? We met
Yeah.
at her place, and yeah, I was like, okay, this guy seems interesting. And then we had a coffee, and then we clicked on many things like dreams and entrepreneurship also a little bit. So yeah, I'm really grateful also for that connection. Shout out to Sisi. So what you been up to lately, man? Tell us a little bit about yourself, your life. What are you doing right now? What are some of the projects that you're working on?
Well, to be honest, a lot of people think that entrepreneurship is mostly like something that's controlled by a precise system, but I don't think so. That's going to be true, and that's the topic. And this whole discussion is probably it's going to be about to prove it. So, well, right now, before this meeting, I just played some Call of Duty to have some relax because I work approximately 16 hours a day trying to do some international expansion in my creative agency that I was set up with my business partner more than 5 years ago. To know the background story, I was 16 when I decided to be a part of the Hungarian advertising culture, and I get just a great chance to be selected in the fusion of the one of the two most emblematic advertising agencies of Hungary, from among approximately more than 4,000 people. There were only 12 selected precisely, and we had some advertising education from the most prominent people and members of this culture in Hungary. So I set up my own agency, and that, like every agency, we started as a full service, but right now we just reduced our variety of range of palettes into two things. We just not just design and develop, but we create good conversion rates websites and web shop internationally. That's the reason we are connected right now. Well, the whole, if you really want to understand why is it so special, I'm going to say that everybody can do websites. It's not a great gig. Just Google on just have Udemy courses, and you will be able to click there and click upon there. But the magic is implemented in the conversion rates. So everybody wants to have a great conversion rates with great appointments and gain a lot of money. But if you would like to really understand it, you should understand the people, the way of they think. That's the reason why I studied user research and user methodologies and user interface design as well. So when I was studying in the university, I just had so many psychological courses and sociology to understand more about people. And right now we just, I don't know if I can say, but we invented a great way to convince people to improve these conversion rates. So
I imagine also your advertising background helped a little bit with understanding how to actually persuade someone to purchase a product or to
yeah,
work.
because you had only one shot to build a good image of yourself, of your brand. And mostly these decisions take only 30 seconds to be made. So it's not quite easy to prepare yourself for the first date, because you have only 30 seconds to say that, hey, I'm your best choice. But if we have a drink here, so the magic is inside of this research methodologies. And well, we had gained a lot of experience in the past years because we had some equipment that's designed by the NASA. We created a web shop for sexual toys and a lot of interesting projects that we had to understand really these user and buyer personas to create a great journey for them.
Yeah, I imagine also it's like a very wide variety of people that you have to convince to buy a wide variety of products. So it's always new and always like fresh approach.
Yeah, it's something like that. You have to act like them. It's most likely that.
Yeah, I guess it's also a little bit depending on like empathy to be able to put yourself in the position of the other. Like, how does this person who is my target audience think, and how do they make their purchasing decisions?
Yeah, what is the ideal customer? How can you describe it? Yeah, it feels like to turn into someone for a short period of time. For example, when I was working as a copywriter in a multinational agency, it's like I'm right now a woman who has only two children, but my partner just left, and I get some period today, and I have to handle all these things. And here comes the brand. And 1 hour later, I was helping a great company to build up new houses and build up an orphanage. So that these two topics are completely different from each other. So the magic and the core essence is in this change that you should make.
Let's go back to the beginnings. So you said that you got accepted from 4,000 people.
Yeah.
Advertising company. It was
They wanted to establish the most innovative advertising agency of the country, to use it like a focus group for the great brands. So a lot of people were about in their 16s, and I was about my 19s, right now 28-ish or something like that. So yeah, it was like, hey, I just picked from a guy from the street, and I asked him to design a great commercial for brands like Coca-Cola or L'Oreal or something like that. It was just like an experimental way, because there are not so many opportunities around there to study more about advertising.
Yeah, especially to be in this community of like the greats, basically.
Yeah, because there's no courses in the university in Europe that you should take these classes to be a great account manager, or you should do this to be a great copywriter. No, this type of knowledge can only be picked up in the workplaces.
Yeah, I could talk a lot about how shitty the education system is in certain places. I also did 2 years at ELTE, the Hungarian, one of the most famous, I think, Hungarian universities. The international business course was just like, here's how to do Excel, here's how to do accounting, here's how to like mathematics. And the first 2 years was just this. And I'm like, okay, when are we going to do international business that I came for? And yeah, no, they don't, because like the teachers, the professors, usually, at least I think more than 60% of my professors were like, they get a university education in business, which is just book based. There's no experiments. There's no like in your case, you had a large tribe of mentors and like a couple years of experience where you were able to really do the work, and then you could be able to teach it, right? But they just learn a book and then they recite the book back like a parrot, which I think is
They
very
only
low
teach
country.
theoretical way, not practical way.
Exactly.
So that's the reason why I'm a guest lecturer in the Budapest Business School.
Yeah, you are. We can also turn
Yeah.
it and talk about that a little bit. But before we do that, perhaps we can go deeper into this topic of this advertising opportunity that you had. So how did that work at first? Like, what was the introduction? What projects did you get?
There was no interaction. They just asked us to create something like a short video or a footage or something like that that you can describe yourself the best way. That was only the brief. So I made some mashup video with a voiceover, and I just sent it. And they shortlisted, I don't know, 30 people, and they invited us to have some chit chat about what's the future of this agency. And later on, they invited us into two different projects. One was the Coca-Cola, and the second one was L'Oreal. And you will be able to choose which one is your favorite one. And we had some projects. But the fun was that this project was implemented in reality. So it was just like a course in the university, just made a business plan and gain some profits theoretically. But you should be able to make great decisions that has a revenue-based value in real life. And yeah, that was that.
That's converse. So basically, let's talk about this Coca-Cola, because you told me a little bit about this project. So how should I imagine it? Like if I'm you get this project, okay, you're going to work for Coca-Cola. What does that exactly entail? How does that look?
The brief was something like that. They want to increase the number of sales in Generation Z, probably, with gamification. And you should make a concept to it, maybe invent a new game that they can play, or we had to, it was no pressure. We designed a game that's connected to most or all of the universities or educational facilities of Hungary. We created a big red button. Wow, what was that? That was kind of a leaderboard on each screen, like a television screen, in each auditorium of these buildings. So when someone hits a button, it gets the first place of the leaderboard. So the fastest skill that can collaborate with their students will dominate like in being in a kingdom of this concept. And the most characteristics was that everyone will be able to play, because there was no need to be an extra student of this building, because like a cleaner or like the janitor can also join in this game. The focus was on to collaborate and gain some results together.
And the game is basically just press a big red button, or like
press a big red button, but imagine that more than, I don't know, 60 or 160 big red buttons all in this country, and the change can be measured in milliseconds. So
the winner is the one who pressed it the latest. Okay. And it was like a public leaderboard with an app, or like how did that look?
We wanted to have like an app with a Raspberry Pi. Yeah. It's connected, and later the Coca-Cola just told me that, oh guys, that's great, but we don't want to make it. So sometimes it's happened. And just a fun fact, in this advertising subculture has a great holiday for these ideas that didn't turn into reality. That is the day of bad ideas. The first week of November, a lot of creatives gather and we have some drinks and cry for this. For
the ideas that never made it.
Yeah, never made it.
All right. And so this was the first project that you worked with, and then that was it? Or did you also have future projects with this?
Future projects, for example, like the rebranding of one university in Hungary, or I don't know, I gained for so many visitors for the Budapest Spa. We won many awards. For example, the Snapchat was out there, and we gained 10 or 50 times higher, not just income, but user-generated content that we expected.
This was the building, right?
Yeah, that was my headline, that the city is sparkling with you. And you can win some entry tickets if you post something like Snapchat, and make it like a competition that who would you like to share this experience with. And a lot of people just travel there to have some photo shoot in the panoramical view of the Budapest Spa.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I can see why that would work. And which one was your favorite project, or what did you learn? What was the main lesson that you got out of this? I don't know, how long was it? Maybe a couple of years of
more than 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah. What I learned from this, that you won't be able to ready for each situation, but you can try to. An admin is like great people who take on every train that goes along, and they don't know where it goes. So you should be ready to make changes in the world without knowing somehow the actual outcome of these things.
I think this in this like really fastly changing, fast-paced digital world, like it's all the time changing. Every day is new and new things coming out, especially with AI and all this. I think the more you can adapt and more you can change, and this word adapt, I really like. The better you will be as a business owner, I imagine.
One wise guy told me that the difference between an old admin and a youngster is that both of them start the creation process with kind of fear inside, that they have no clue what to do. But the difference between these two is the time they spend on struggling with problems, and they just feel that they will be able to solve this problem. So that's the only difference between these two guys. For example, I can spend 4 hours just thinking of that. Wow, that's so complicated. It's overwhelming. But the old admin, after 5 minutes, starts to do something. But it doesn't matter that it should be great or good or I don't know, valuable. Just do something.
Just the progress.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It matters. Yeah.
There's a really good like content creator who I like. He's also a writer and a businessman, and he talks about this, that the greatest skill is of course it's not the greatest skill. He also said this, but it's a good line to say. The greatest skill, it sounds like a big deal, is to reduce the gap between idea and execution. And this is also what you are talking about, the experienced admin versus the youngster. All right. So you were saying that you are also teaching at one of the universities as a guest professor. How is that looking like? What are you?
I graduated in 2018, and after 1 week passed, they asked me that you have the chance to do something great for free. And it was like, okay, maybe I have some time to do something for free. And they told me that maybe I have the practical knowledge that I should give all of these people from my work. And it was like, okay, let's give it a try. And yeah, 5 years passed. I attend in courses like marketing in English, business logic, corporate communication, and I don't know. Maybe I attend in 6 or 10 lectures approximately in each semester, and I have a great chance to evaluate their work sometimes, because they have some course like being in a Shark Tank, you know, the actual show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now I'm the shark. So they have to present kind of business model. They work on this whole semester, and I make the choice that I invest or I reject all of them.
Yeah. Wow, that must be a lot of fun. Do you
Yeah.
also actually invest, like as an angel investor, or is
No,
this
no, no. But I just act like an angel investor. But it happened that if the idea is so great and the business concept is well written, I say that maybe I can help you, you know, actually angel investor, or I can help you in the marketing part of this business if you really want to make it come true.
And it's like an equity-based partnership, basically.
Absolutely.
That sounds amazing, man. And are you still doing this for free for the university?
Yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah.
spoiling them. You're spoiling them.
No, I'm really doing it for free because if I remember, I didn't have any lecturers, or sorry, I had only one who was working in a Microsoft as a marketing director, but he was the only one. So I didn't have the chance to have some examples from real life instead of having another theoretical example.
Yeah. And now you're like giving back to the community.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I have to make business from other projects, but that's not so simple to receive a value from the society if you want to give back.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. My mother always says that life is give and take, but in this order: you give and then take, and then you get. Also, this. Do you know Alex Hormozy?
Probably, yeah.
He's a really like hyped business person nowadays, like more than 100 millions net worth, right? And he says that one of the most valuable things you can do is to build a personal brand, because if you just give to people, then at one point they will just start flooding you with value, and that's
You saw me, maybe on the tram.
Oh yeah, I think so.
I remember,
This
yeah.
conversation also, yeah.
You're a great mentor.
Thank you. You as well. It's good to have friendships where it's mutually like we are
You know, I just really love making notes.
Firefly is doing that for us. Yeah. Awesome. So you are saying that you have now this, and I'm very aware of this, digital agency with Victor for more than 5 years.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that journey for you, and how did you start? What was the challenges? Where are you guys now? Where are you looking to scale and broaden? What is that like?
Okay, to start, not in the beginning, but after graduation, I was looking for a job in several advertising agencies, but we cannot make the settlement because I wanted a higher position because I already gained more than 4 years of experience. But it told me that I should be a junior, and that was just like, okay, that's not the deal. So I get a job as a content writer in English in a search engine optimization agency based in Budapest, but working for the UK and the US as well. And I was like not just a technical writer. I had to write approximately more than 3,000 words per day. It was like really exhausting.
Sure.
but Victor was working there as an outreach and analytical specialist, and we lost our job in the same day. Many weeks before, we was talking about, I had some great concepts of how should an agency work in the 21st century. And he was really interested. And after we lost our job, we just started to extend our boundaries, have some experience outside there. For example, have to outreach from small nail salons to hairdressers to, I don't know, bookstores, etc. We don't have the focus for the niche market that we want to work with. It was like, I don't know, we were blindfolded, to be honest. And it was like the third year when, no, in the second or third, I don't remember clearly, I joined into a business group of people who are really, really prominent entrepreneurs in Hungary. Many of them is really, really high position. For example, if you see an automatic door, I don't know, in a McDonald's or in a mall or something like that, more than 95% of these doors are made in one of these companies.
That's impressive. You mean in Hungary or in like
worldwide? Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's it's pretty big.
Yeah, and he is the CEO of the Hungarian department. I don't know if it's Central European or just the Hungarian. Doesn't matter. So when I joined this business group, we were discussing so many topics. It was just like not just the mentoring part, but we helped each other with our contacts, with our knowledge. So it was like kind of a brotherhood or something like that. And the idea just came in my mind that we really like to make great websites with great conversion rates. Why shouldn't we create a studio specialized into landing pages? Why not? What's the worst scenario that could happen? And we're just like, okay, we right now, I don't know, handling 12,000 euros of advertising budget each month, or 20,000, I don't know. Well, this is the best time to level up, because if you want to be a great player on this field, we should make some guarantee for the products that we develop. So our guarantee is right now in this landing studio that if we don't have the return on investments, I don't know, in 3 to 6 months, we iterate, develop, and modify your website for totally free from this from the time that you will have the return on investments.
Gotcha. That's a pretty solid guarantee.
Yeah.
So you at first you started with managing ad budgets.
Managing ad budgets and website creation and social media and animation and Yes, I told you, everybody starts with a full service, but some of them get stuck in this part.
Gotcha.
But if you want to be great in something, you should focus on something that you should have the most efficient and your most expertise. And we found that it's going to be the landing pages, because we can have the feedback instantly. That is great or not so great. We don't have to wait several months to have feedback from the client or feedback from their markets, that this communication strategy won't work. And to close a project can maybe be in 1 week instead of doing something for a long period of time, and everybody gets bored, for example, the client, the co-workers, and everyone just wants to close it and have some sabbatical year after that. But in landing is quite different. So that's the reason we are specialized into this.
Awesome. Yeah, and I imagine you can also kind of, well, it's multiple folds, right? Because you stick to one niche, you are getting more and more expertise, but also you can, I think you can connect this one landing page with, like, maybe you have a friend who is specializing in just advertisement, and then you can collaborate and like, hey, okay, we are designing the landing page, your job is to drive traffic, and then like you can kind of outsource like a little bit what we actually do with our collaboration. So me and my my business partner Rodrigo, we are focusing mainly on organic marketing, short form content, through short form content. And we connected this foundation with you guys because we can't do landing pages, but we definitely need a web shop, right? So it's like a really good way to kind of like, I don't really believe in a service of all agency. Like if somebody says that they can do everything, I know for a fact that they can't do really well anything. So I would rather work with people who are really specializing in one thing, like you and the couple other friends that I have in this space. So awesome. And what is your current situation with this agency?
I don't know if you have heard about this situation before, but if you start to do something, you can easily miss the focus on the business development. For example, we had many clients right now, but we don't have an actual website. So right now, the short goal will be to have a photo shooting tomorrow, and we're gonna launch our official website within a month after 5 years. So I did the copywriting last year. In last summer, we paid for designer to have a great brand identity. And after all, we want to launch our campaigns in Hungary. And later on, I think in July or August, we would like to have some organic traffic from the UK and from the States as well. So tomorrow, I hope we can write the contract with the next sales partner who has great connections in the overseas. So yeah, that's gonna be the goal, to have more multinational clients, because the mentality is completely different.
That's for sure. And also the money that you can ask for is just completely a different scale. And so how do you plan to at first start with this like organic traffic from UK specifically?
Well, we would like to create a specialized landing page for the UK market, specialized for specialists. I just told you that the best audience to have a landing page is some kind of specialist, like a hairdresser, like a chiropractor, because they want to have a great branding in their niche, and will be the best partner to develop it. So the part of is LinkedIn messaging, probably email funnels, and paid advertising. I think that's all, but it's not organic, I know, but we have only these things. But if you can convince me about the short form content, I can be your client as well.
We can talk about this at another point, and I would love to give you like an overall workshop on how you can do it yourself, because I do believe
we won't do that. I bet that we won't do. We don't have time, we don't have resources. We won't do, because I want to deal with my clients, not my business.
Gotcha. And what niche are you specializing in?
In which country?
With the UK, because you said you make this for specialists. So
specialists. Maybe dentistry can be a great
niche.
industry, because they have the money to invest. They have, because British have not the best teeth on earth. So there's a great need for their service. And they won't need to have a great go-to-market strategy with the brand or project or actual service or product.
Gotcha. For this organic idea, one thing you could do is to, since you are teaching at the university, maybe get like a beautiful girl with nice vocal skills to be kind of your brand's face as an internship.
Yeah.
They also work for free, right? But they get a lot of experience. They get communication with you. They already respect you since you are a guest lecturer, right? So they know that you.
Yeah, and I can write the the internship contract as well. So
Perfect. It's perfect.
yeah.
And then you need to get a UK SIM card, because if you are launching like a TikTok, you need to have a SIM that is geolocally from the area that you want to target. So the best if you get one from London specifically, I think.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Thanks.
Gotcha. We can discuss this at a later date.
I currently using a VPN to discover.
That's effective, actually. The best is if you get a SIM card for TikTok, but for other stuff like Instagram, YouTube Shorts, it's good. The VPN is perfect, but the SIM card is the best for TikTok. That's what I heard from most of these marketers who are expert in this field, and that's what I also found. So that's pretty exciting, man. So it's a whole new expansion of this business of yours, right?
Yeah.
How are you feeling about that?
Well, I was a bit nervous in the last few years, so I'm a bit chill and yet relaxed, because the only thing that matters is the quality that you provide. And I think that it's a no-brainer because the price is gonna be great. I believe in our team, absolutely, because we have the most reliable co-workers on earth. I really can say it, because they spend enough time on self-development in each ways, not just in business parts, but in personally as well. Because really know that if they want to be highlighted or in the spotlight in the market, they always have to be on the top, and they always have to be well prepared for each situation, not just the graphical tools, not just the copywriting skills, but they have to develop their mindset as well.
For sure. You can do without a website, but you can't without a good team.
Yeah, websites are just tools that we use. Coding is just tools to express yourself in a visual way.
What's your team like now? How many people are you working with together?
Currently, well, approximately 6 or 5 people together, because I have more than 2 graphic partners. Victor is in charge for the analytical way, but he can do the advertising part. Marty is specialized into advertising. And Gabor is in the head of sales right now. Yeah, this is a small group that we would like to conquer the western part of the world.
Awesome. And are they everybody is full-time or just like?
No, Victor is only full-time and everybody else is working on project-based.
I gotcha.
Is a contractor, yeah. Because I don't know, that you should prove that I'm wrong, but I believe that a great gig community is more likely to be built up with contractors instead of people who lose their motivation in working for the same company for years and years and years and etc.
Yeah, no, I actually also believe that. And there's this really high-level SMMA guy, social media marketing agency guy, like Iman Gaji. I'm sure you heard about this person. If you didn't, it's all right. He talks a lot about this. Like if you just start with contractors, and if they prove that they can work well, then consider also taking them on full time. But definitely, like project based, there's going to be at least, I mean, I only have one time experience because now I'm also working with a team from the Philippines. We have 3 video editors, and they're also project based, and they get paid as they deliver, right? So they all the
Yeah.
time, they have their motivation high up to always deliver the next batch of content, because otherwise they will not be paid.
Yeah.
So that's definitely smart, in my opinion. So you said that mindset is also very important in with your for your coworkers, and you are really respecting them because of that. What do you think that entails mindset, and how, for example, how do you improve yours in this regard?
My mindset, it changed a lot of in the last years. For example, I was just like in the beginning so material. I was like, okay, I should have gained too many experience. So right now is the best time to turn into material things. Have a great car, have a great job, have a great house, have a great girl, and etc. And after my first or second burnout, I was just like, okay, that's not gonna be the best gameplay that I could have. So my mindset is based on to experience things, and the fun is much more important than to earn a lot of money. For example, I'm really grateful for the time that I can spend on the squash courts each day or 2 times a week, than having another paycheck in the end of the month. Because I think that if you want to optimize your way of working, your methodological way, you should create the balance between your psychological part and your physical. So I was like working 16 hours, just as I do right now, but 16 hours was like a never-ending story. I wasn't able to say that, okay, I'm full. I was not able to say no to a client, to reject things, to close things. I was like, okay, one more. And I gained a lot of weight in these years. I was unhappy, I was obese, and it was like, okay, that somehow should be worth it, somehow. And the days just spent, and I was like, okay, that day won't come. That was the time when I just get up and start to reconsider, or to redesign our way of my way of working, and my belief and mindset of how should I handle this business part, how should I improve myself, and the same way improve my business.
Mm. And what are some of the changes that you were made in these last years?
First one was to delegate, to find the people you trust in. That was the first and the most major, I think, because I was like, okay, no one can be enough good to solve problems, to talk to a client on this way that I should expect. I was like, okay, I do it myself. I was not able to ask people for some help, or say that, okay, that's going to be the project that you won't be able to gain a great profit. I was like, okay, I do it myself. I don't need anyone to help me out. And the second thing was like, okay, I was like a bit of unconscious in each situation, that there was no gameplay. I was like, okay, probably I can do it. But I spent a lot of time listening to podcasts like this, or reading some books, or I had some mentoring from different managers to teach me how to be more precise, and how to manage my time so much better, and how to prioritize things.
Awesome. What are some tips that you could give to aspiring entrepreneurs in this regard? Like, time management, for example?
Choose one thing each week that has gets a time slot in your calendar. For example, in my scenario is this squash. I really like to play. So I start each week with having a fixed gaps and fixed slots with physical education or trainings or something like that. And I arrange all of these meetings and working hours after that. So first fun, then you would be able to love your job in the rest of your time.
Right. I imagine it also kind of like charges your battery, like movement.
Yeah.
To me, it feels like I don't expand energy, I gain energy through movement. And so many people look at it this way, that if I move, I will be exhausted. But actually, it's quite the opposite. You will be much more energetic throughout your day and your week.
Yes, a lot of people think that they do the mandatory and obligatory things first, and they try to do something useful with the rest of their time. And they say that, oh, I'm not able to leave my apartment. I don't have money to do this, and etc. etc. And after week by week, they feel like, okay, my life is about only studying or only working, and I didn't have the me time to refill the batteries that you told me. So
you are trying.
I changed the order of things.
Nice. That's awesome. What are some sources that you would recommend for people to go through if they are on their beginning entrepreneur journey? Like, for example, if a person from the school that you are teaching at would come to you like, hey, what are some books that you would recommend? What are some people, some podcasts that I should listen to, or some videos that I should watch? What would you say to them?
To be honest, if he or she wants to do something in the local markets, I would advise him or she that he should listen to local podcasts. But the most useful advice can be that you should join in several groups on Facebook or Discord or something like that. And don't be shy to ask for some guidance, because there's a psychological fact that people are not really tend to tell you things so easily. For example, if I ask you that, what's your profession? You are going to say that my profession is chiropractic. But if I say that chiropractic is in connection with firefighters, and you're going to prove that I'm wrong. So your belief to prove that I'm wrong, you're going to tell me a lot of things connected to chiropractic instead of just closing in 3 sentences. So my great advice is don't be shy to ask. Say stupid things.
People will correct you.
Yeah, people will correct you. Ask people for guidance. Ask people to correct you. And make notes each day. Create like an FAQ for yourself in the end of the month. Have some notes shortened and sell on the internet. Yeah.
Awesome. What are some books that you would recommend? What is your favorite book that really helped your life?
To be honest, I was 16 when I decided I want to do something in advertising. So this novel is based on a fictional story of an ad man. You can find it online in a 99 franc. That's the international title of this book.
99 franc.
Yeah, 99 franc, written by Riedl Péter. It is a movie made out of it. That was the thing that turned me on, that I was like, wow, that's horrible. I want it right now.
Well, what's your key takeaway from the book?
That life has a real depressive side. But if you want to gain and want to be able to create iconic things, things that people really wants to hear about, if you really want to make something in shape,
Can you rephrase that?
you should know the dark side, not just the moon of the people that you surrounded with. You should have all of their fear inside you to find the insights to create a great solution for them.
Mm. Is the book is mainly, I imagine, is on advertisement. So
The book is based on the life of one admin.
Okay.
An egoistic, narcissistic guy who just fall in love and lose everything. And we're gonna be the best part of this journey by getting some key moments from this book. That if you want to change the world, you should start to change with yourself.
For sure, for sure. I think that's a really good also end line for the podcast. We've been talking for I think like an hour or something.
Yeah.
Is there anything you would like to say for the audience as a wrap up?
Be good, guys. Start great businesses, fall at least 2 times and start over. And if you've tired of this shit, start over again.
Awesome. Where can people find you if they have any questions to you?
Probably on LinkedIn or email or Facebook as well. I'm not kind of social guy. Just give me a call.
Nice. I will link your LinkedIn
Okay.
show notes, and people can reach out to you if they are also aspiring young student entrepreneurs. That's your specialty, I imagine, with the university. So Peter, thank you for taking your time out of your day and to talk with me. I really enjoyed this conversation. We can also repeat it in Hungarian one time. But yeah, thank you once again for coming.
Thank you for your time and have a great day.
All right. And it's a wrap